Welcome back to the show, everybody. Yo, that Hero Mama League, or as I like to pronounce it, 60 Sentai MILF Ranger, because you really gonna sit up here and deny real talk that when now Nagasawa, Ayumi Kinoshita, and Ayumi Beppu get in the same room, you not thinking the same thing that I was thinking, bro? Hell no. Hell no, don't even stunt. I'm like, yo, Hero Mama League was real dope. And I'm like, but at the same time, I like forgot it existed. Like, I remember when I read the stuff about it, like, yo, they were trying to do this thing, and Ayumi Kinoshita was trying to get squads together and do all this stuff and have a little fun. And I'm like, on that note, I appreciated the fun and the jokes and the stuff. And I understand that some people had an issue of they didn't actually do anything, but they actually did plenty if you really take a second and think about it. You got three hot women in a room talking about how they can sit up here and combine doing chores as moms and fighting to save the world from the people that want to kick your ass. And talking about breastfeeding because I can unzip my thing and feed my children my titty milk. And I'm just like, yes, if you're trying to hit all the spots for all of my fetishes when it comes to Sentai, Hero Mama League has done its job. Has done its job thoroughly and gratefully. I'm like, yo, I just loved everything it did. It's like, yo, I'm like, for the millionth time, Hiroya Matsumoto was in something that has to do with Sentai. I'm like, this dude just love being in Sentai stuff. Like, he just sit home with a phone call like, yo, cuz, can you do a little cameo? Hell yeah, my nigga, I'm right there. And I'm just like, hell yeah. I'm like, yo, you got Kenji over here like, yo, babysitting little kids. Like, yo, I ain't starting at you, but I'm over here babysitting baby. So I'm like, yo, it's cool. I'm like, yo, you had demotes from Jiraiya. And I'm like, the weird thing is that at the end of all of this, it tried to tout itself as some weird little end to the next Space Squad. And I'm just kind of like, that is the one thing I'm unsure about. Because, again, the last time we got a Space Squad, we got Girls in Trouble. And I love the hell out of that. You can watch the dramatic recreation in voice by your boy about that on this channel right here. But I really honestly think that before Space Squad come out, they gonna do something straight legit with it. And I'm waiting for that. But this right here, though, this right here was dope. And it's like, the thing is that all the little fourth wall breaking stuff, all the in jokes, all the stuff about moms and how we appreciate them came through in the end. Because the whole episode, these three ladies were just trying to find a way to get their shine on while they do their thing to say the word from people that want to kick your ass. And remind that's very important. When the kids come out the preschool, they like, Mom, we love you because you saved the world, you kick ass, and all this so good stuff. And I'm like, I loved it. And I'm like, yo, Fuga though sat up here and straight clown on Hoka, dog. And I'm like, and that's my other question. Like, if you gonna pick moms from like Sentai, I'm like, when they said Hoka was gonna be part of this, I was kind of like, well, like I had to think about that for a second, because the way that Magic Ranger was, it's like Hoka didn't really seem like the person that would ultimately settle down in like Sentai and like have a kid and be involved in the middle of this. I'm like, yo, we know what's up with Jasmine, because you know what I'm saying? Because we had 10 years later. I'm like Nanami, I was unsure about, given what 10 years after for her Kenja was, but given that the whole in joke was that it's her real life husband, in this new in the Hero Mama League stuff, and I'm just kind of like, well, okay, I can get down with whatever it is that y'all doing. All in all, like, yo, I enjoyed the 15 minutes that I spent with it. It was just a fun thing, and it came out on Mother's Day and stuff like that. So it's like, I understand like what it was aiming for, but given that, you know what I'm saying, that I think they want to keep doing these, is that instead of just cutting down on the budget, you might actually want to get a squad of moms together and just do this, and don't have to sit up and wait on Mother's Day. Like, this is something they can have on the side of, because like, you episode of Hero Mama League out, yo, they doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's something that they could really do something, because it really is a legitimate great premise to sit up here and to have something on the side for fans to sit up here and enjoy, to catch up with their favorite characters. And I'm like, given that, then now that it's on my mind, where is my head at? Like, I sat up here and lost my straight train of thought right now. Like, yo, with the 10 years later for Go On Joe, whatever, it's like, I want to see what's good with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the thing is that the reason why I'm so interested in that is what Go Kaija did for Go On or whatever, and I want to see how they like sit up here and follow up with that, because of what of what Go Kaiser was. It's like it's gonna be interesting to see that follow up, to see them follow through on that. So it's like you got that 10 years later coming out. You got Space Squad coming out. I'm like, we got plenty, and I mean plenty more of Cowboys versus Indians. So you ain't got to worry about that and whatever else they want to do. It's like I sit up here and really legitimately think about, like, you know what I'm saying, like, who else needs like a follow up joint? Like, I want to see. I'm like, for real. If anybody coming up with the follow up joint, it need to be my folks at Shinkenja. Like I would sit up here, and I would pay like money, like actual Japanese yen bucks, to see what's up with my boys and girls over in Shinkenja 10 years later. Like, the more Deca Ranger stuff they do, the better it is for me, because Deca Ranger is the crack rocks, the El Craco Roccos. You know what I'm saying? You call it the cocaine. I call it the crack rocks. You call it whatever you want, but it is what it is. So it's going to be interesting to see how they follow up with this. And I want to see what the real tie-in to Space Squad 2 is. Because I'm like, to mention the Sentai that versus them, nah, it's just Space Squad 2. That's what we call it, Space Squad 2. Like, we can sit up here and go, cute Rangers versus Space Squad. Nah. I'm like, it's called Hammy Dresses Really Sexy, beats a whole bunch of people's asses for a whole bunch of time, according to the trailers I've seen. And it also has my bae Melee in it, so it's just like, eh? And by I mean, eh. But y'all sit back and chill. We got more show for you. Hero Mama League, do your thing, I want to see more of this right here. But for real though, we got more show. So y'all know what the rule is. Y'all be back here when there's more show, and if not, I will whoop the shit out of you. Okay? Do not make me go make you get a switch off the tree so I can beat that ass because I had a commercial, then you didn't come back and your ass wouldn't hit. See, that's throwback. That's some mama shit. Like, Cheryl told me to get a couple switches off the trees, and I got my ass beat. And when I sit up here and legitimately think about it, like, maybe one or two, like, I legitimately deserve. The rest of them, I'm like, you probably could have took that to court and probably argued that. Love you, boss. But for real, we got more show after these commercial messages, so I expect your ass to be right here when we come back on the other side of these commercial messages. Always boss and forever. Salute.